Some people call them criminals, others call them car enthusiasts. They call themselves Ruthless 204, and tonight we'll try to introduce you to some of the people who make up Winnipeg's underground street racing community. It's just after 11 p.m. on a Saturday night, and you can hear Ruthless 204 arrive before you see them. A large group of mostly stock cars rolling through Winnipeg, with some members like 17-year-old Zaid Kassim not afraid to show off just how loud his recently safetied 1998 BMW can be.
Should be something normal.
Many say it's Ruthless and its members who are giving car enthusiasts across the city a bad name and putting pressure on the relationship between police and those who live to be behind the wheel. He feels the car community should not be targeted, and he doesn't mince his words about police.
Bikes do have loud exhaust, and it doesn't matter, they don't get any tickets or anything. And then for our car enthusiasts, we always get tickets. It's just a money grab.
However, the teenager says he hasn't had too many run-ins with the law, specifically the vehicle inspection unit.
Never had any experience with it. Mostly stock cars, that's what I drive. I never modified a car yet.
The crowd of cars is relatively quiet, with no racing or drifting present, something Ruthless is infamous for. But for members of the group, which they say is like a tight-knit family, they're ready to talk about their passion for cars and pushing them to the brink.
And that adrenaline that you get from pushing it to its limits is just unbeatable.
And while other car enthusiasts have stopped traveling into Winnipeg for things like Sunday night cruise out of fear of being VIU'd, Perron, who travels into the city from St. Agathe, says he's not concerned.
As long as you stay stock, I mean, my car is all stock, nothing's modified, so I'm all good. I'm not worried about that at all.
While Ruthless has a bad and rowdy reputation, there are those in the group who say it's a reputation they're trying to leave in the rearview mirror.
We're not as bad as like a lot of people are saying. Sure, there's a lot of bad apples, but in like every hobby or community there's bad apples, and like we try and keep it like calm, and if there's gonna be some people show up and like do crazy stuff, sometimes there's not much we can do, right?
The leader of the group says while he has never been targeted by VIU, he's heard there has been a crackdown, noting one of the reasons the meet is currently closed, with its location disclosed day of to only those involved, is to try and limit police presence. For him, he's challenging the notion it was Ruthless responsible for raising tension on Winnipeg roadways.
This group used to be a lot more rowdy than it was now, and I understand that, and I've talked to multiple people either in other groups or in the police force as well, and I think that, especially in this last year, that we've been a lot more tame.
Reimer invited those who feel Ruthless is at the heart of the problem to attend one of the meets, arguing the perceptions many have are based on an earlier model of the group.
I think the people that are doing that haven't been to one of our meets in a very, very long time and probably don't actually understand what our meets are about now versus in the past.
Winnipeg police would not comment on Ruthless and the effect groups like these have on the dynamic between city police and the general car community as a whole. But for those at the Ruthless 204 meet on Saturday, many say they're not trying to be problematic, but instead want to gather and see what their vehicles are truly capable of, even if that means operating on the outside and potentially being ostracized by the general car community as a whole. In Winnipeg, Morgan Majeski, City News.